Blog Talk Radio, it's called. Those are the things you can.
Thank you, Rick, for that. Yes, Blog Talk Radio.
And like I say, guys, there's shows on cover a wide range of topics of interest. So, I mean, Gabby could go on a show and talk about his worm farming book. I know there'd be a show out there that would have something, related that could be, maybe it's a sports show and fishing. I mean, worm farming would certainly be related to fishing because you use them for bait. Gardening. I know there's shows about gardening. Well, again, worm farming. Worms are an important thing regarding a garden. You've got to have a good, population of worms in the soil in order to maintain the aeration and I don't know, other requirements for growing good vegetables or fruits or whatever you're growing. So anyway, just some ideas. And all of these things, each one of you is capable of doing it. And if you want some real what do you want to call it? Hints about not just guessing about it. Ask Keith specifics because he has done it. I have not. I'll tell you right now, I have not done this, so I can't tell you the specifics. I can just tell you
it's actually quite easy, JQ, and you just have to have an action plan. And I really did. I really all set to do this on a daily basis, and a lot of different things happened. One of the biggest things that happened to me is that the changes that I wanted to make with the new, what am I trying to say, the SMS Dominator changes that we've made, with uResponder changes that we've made. Time has really, unfortunately, been spent pouring money and efforts into making that work right. And we're really close, by the way, JQ. There are a couple things that I haven't even been able to show you yet, but I'll be showing you guys soon. I might even show you guys today about the Restaurant Pager app. That's something that is really coming to. So there's a lot of little things that are coming together that you guys need to see. I actually have a meeting in my house today with regard to Restaurant Pager app. I think I've mentioned this to you before. I have a next door neighbor that is unemployed, and she's a salesperson. And we had a party at my house last night. 16 IQ came over to my house. Yeah, that's a lot of people. And we served dinner. My wife, we've got this. The next door neighbor, which is my sister Dale, which is my youngest sister that's older than me. What do you call that?
Older sister.
Older. I have another sister that's older than her.
My older sister.
Yeah, not my older sister, just my older sister. Anyway, she's gone to Egypt, as many of you have heard me mention in the past. But she's had an exchange student who is going to MIT to become a doctor, and he's from Brazil. So he's a very highly intelligent young Brazilian boy.
MIT teaches medicine?
Is it MIT?
I thought they were just technical.
Well, maybe not MIT. Yeah, no, it's MIT.
Okay.
I think it's Harvard. It's one of the biggest. Maybe it's Harvard. I'm not sure. Maybe I've got
Harvard is more likely.
Yeah, maybe it's Harvard.
MIT is famous for their engineering, optics, physics, and computers.
Right.
But
Harvard computer surgery. All right, so it must be Harvard then. So he's works like a dog dicing rats and then doing operating on rats and then people, and he's been working his butt off. So he's finally done with his time here, and he's leaving tomorrow. So everybody has become very friendly with him. His name is Hilario, which is kind of funny. It's like hilarious. So we decided that we would have like the Last Supper. So we called it the Second to Last Supper. And my wife made a fantastic shepherd's pie dinner. And we had more people than we expected. We thought we were going to have 12 people show up, and 6 people showed up. So we had to do some scrambling. But to make matters...
Gourmet hamburger, huh?
Yeah, gourmet hamburger. It was actually really yummy.
I can imagine. That can be a really tasty dish.
Yeah,
I agree.
Very tasty dish. Some people use lamb in shepherd's pie, but we used the ham. So anyway, that was a great night. And then obviously After that, the football game was on, so we spent about an hour cleaning up, and then I sat down in front of the TV and watched the Patriots demolish the Texans. And my wife went to bed probably around halftime, and I stayed up, watched the rest of it, and then I kind of slouched down a little bit on the couch. And as I'm kind of sinking down on the couch, my eyes are getting heavier and heavier, and my eyes are getting very heavy. And I have dozed off for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then I started hearing this noise, JQ, and it was like like a little crackling noise. I opened my eyes, I looked up, and right in front of me, the Christmas tree comes crashing down in the living room. Bang! The water that was inside in the container spills all over the rug. At least 20 bulbs crashed and broke. I'm like, now what do I do, right? Here it is, almost 1 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, well, I'm not going to wake anybody up. I'm going to see if I can try to do this myself. And of course, we have a 9-foot tree, and it's big and clunky and all that kind of fun stuff. But when I was putting it back together again, the bells were going off and the whistling was going off. So my wife heard all the bells and whistles, so she came running in to the rescue and helped me out. But the rug is still soaking wet. I've got like a little heater trying to dry the rug off. It's just an ugly mess.
Why did it fall?
Well, I'm not exactly 100% sure, but when I came home last night from just before I had to go out and take my son to martial arts and leave my wife to doing some of the finishing up of the cooking. And when I got home from that, just before the party started, I looked at the tree and it was leaning over just a little bit. I'm like, I got to do something with that because it looks like it's leaning a little bit. And sure enough, it was, and it did. So I apparently when I first put it up, it's so thick and so big. This is going to be the thickest tree I've ever had. That it's hard to see if it's. You know what I mean? You can't really see through. You can't really see everything. But in any case, it was pretty ugly, and it still is. So, but fun stuff here. Unplug it and leave it until the next day. There you go, Jimmy. Let it go. Just let it go.
So what about this sales meeting you're going to have now? What's the deal with that?
She's unemployed. And she's actually renting. My sister has a very a good-sized house, and she's renting part of the house. Renting it's almost like a two-family that my sister has. It's a little rental off the side of the house, and she's living there. And she was over, and she's like, "What do you do? What are you doing?" And I told her what I'm doing. She's like, I can help you sell this stuff. So she's coming over, and she's gonna and I'm gonna show her what the systems I have for the SMS Dominator. I'm going to show her a restaurant pager app. So she's very interested in going out and knocking on doors and selling the text message marketing system.
All right, here's what you want to do for us, for the rest of the gang here. Seriously, Keith. If she goes to work doing this, which I suspect she will,
yep.
Ask her if she will come on sometime after she gets going a little bit and give a little presentation on just how she does it.
Absolutely. Great idea. That's a great idea. I'm sure you guys would like that too. Record your meeting with her. Yeah, I'll pull a Richard Nixon. Yeah, I'll record the meeting with her. I'll do the best I can with recording it. But I think so. Anyway, I think she's been in sales. She had her own publishing company. She's been going out on. I think she's like 55 years old, and that's part of the problem. She's a little bit on the older side to try to get some of these jobs. She's trying to get a sales job at a publication company where she can sell ad space. I'm like, why, And she's like, what you're offering is a lot easier, Keith. I could sell this all day long. I'm like, okay. Giddy up, let's get going, right? Old is 70, she's a baby, yeah. Well, see, to me, she's young, but I mean, I can visualize her going to a job interview for this, and also see a 28-year-old youngin going in, and usually the 28-year-old youngin's going to win all day long. Unfortunately, just the nature of the game.
Yeah, well, just figure out a good commission for her so she, is motivated.
Yeah, I think that the motivation is definitely there. Well, the funny thing, JQ, is that in her industry, in her world, she's always received a 15% commission. These people who sell ad space, that's what they get, 15% commission. They go, they have a magazine and they go knocking on doors and they introduce themselves, and it might be a restaurant, So she knows this industry pretty well, and it's just changing what she's selling, not who she's selling to, really.
Yeah.
In any case, I do want to try to go into desktop sharing for a little bit, JQ, and remind people about the Restaurant Pager app program, because everybody has the Restaurant Pager app program. One of the things that we talked about yesterday is that I would do a record on how to access your your SMS Dominator on your smartphone. And I am going to do that today. I knew yesterday would be quite busy and probably wouldn't get to it. So I am definitely going to do that today. The step-by-step guide video on how to access SMS Dominator, not the uResponder portion, but just the SMS Dominator portion, the text message portion, how to access that on your smartphone. And I'm just going to go in desktop sharing now and see if that works. And if there's a problem, let me know, JQ, okay?
Yep. Guys, what he does is, another thing I remind you about SMS Dominator, the underlying software that we use for that is in use by other people, as I'm sure you're aware. And other people are doing extremely well with it. Extremely well. But there's a market for this. There is a big market for this out there.
Okay, I think I activated it. Just one second. Yeah, I did. Great. Excellent.
Ah, yes.
Okay, now for some reason I don't know what's being recorded. I don't know if the whole thing's being recorded, so I'm going to minimize this.
See that red box around it, I believe, is the recorded area.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I'm just going to minimize. I'm going to just shrink this down here, so you guys are going to see a little bit of a funny thing to the right. But here's just the basic Restaurant Pager app. And I know I'm always talking about having little spikes going away from the hub, and the hub of our business is SMS Dominator. And here's one that's available to you guys before the end of the year as a separate Restaurant Pager app program. And what my program is working on is to actually make this an application so that they can download this app off of Google, and you can Google Apps. It's called the Play Store now, and you can also download this off iPhone. Now, again, iPhone is a little bit trickier, and that part of the project has not been started. But just about anybody can access this program right now. Anybody that's in this room that has SMS Dominator can access this program right now. Just this portion, the Restaurant Pager app portion. What my idea is, by the way, is to give away the application for free, and if they use the application, they're going to be charged on text credits. So the same system. If you want a text credit, you buy $10 worth of text credits, you get 200 text messages that you can send out. So the same thing is going to hold true for the Restaurant Pager application. Just to go over exactly how this works, it only has two things in here: text the customer or use the notifier. The notifier is the key to the Restaurant Pager app. What you need to do is put in the customer's name, Joey, their telephone number, and the number of people in the party, 6, and you add that customer. And now that customer has been added, And let's see if you can see this here. And this customer's been added. And here you go, right here. You just click on, as you can see, the timing is at 0 minutes right now. So this is actually a timer this customer's waiting. You don't have to use this feature if you don't want to, but I think that the owner of the company is going to like this feature, saying, okay, how long are people waiting on Saturdays versus Fridays, or on Thursdays versus Saturdays? Here's a way to market this, JQ, in my mind, and I have not marketed this yet. I'm going to recommend this to, her name's Diane that I have the meeting with, to Diane to contact people that restaurants in this area and ask them if they have pagers. Do you use pagers? And if they say yes, let them know. Listen, we have a much better pager system that's going to virtually cost you 20% or 40% less than what you're paying right now. Something along those lines. So now that let's say that I wanted to send a text message to that person, I check off this button and I click on Send SMS to let them know that their seat is ready. And that's all I need to do. So what I've done, and I actually just got the emails on the text message on this. The first one saying your seat is ready. Excuse me. Thank you for signing up to our pager system. We will notify you when your seat is ready. And then when I just clicked on that, it told me exactly when my seat. That's how easy it is. Anybody can do this. Did you see how easy that was, JQ?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We keep telling these people that. I mean, I've mentioned it 3 times already this morning at least. You can all do this. This is not beyond any of you.
No, absolutely. So this is just to let you know, this is exactly the messages that I got. But now I just entered in a name, a telephone number, and the seating, right? And the first message that I got was, you are now on our waiting list. Thank you. Okay, now I can modify that per restaurant. You are now on the Olympic Pizza waiting list. And then it says, hi Joey, your table is ready. Please see the hostess. How simple is that? I mean, that is so simple. Even you can do it, JQ.
I imagine I could. I would try it. I would be willing to try it.
Yeah, so it's very, very, very simple. So okay, that's all I really wanted to share with you guys. The Restaurant Pager app. Everybody has access to that who is an SMS Dominator member. You all have access to this exact same system that we have. And now if I just wanted to send a text message to everybody, I can click on Text the Customers, and I can click on a message right now. I can type in something along the lines of, you have been a patron of our restaurant in the past, and we want to thank you by providing you with a 20% discount if you come into our restaurant today between the hours of 6 and 8 p.m. and click on Send SMS. That's another easy piece to this, right? So just write a quick message, click Send, and everybody that has used at that restaurant will get a text message. All right, I'm going to redo that.
Guys, the beauty of this, not the beauty, one of the beauties of this system, though, is not only do they get the customer the information the customer needs announcing this table is ready, but they also get them on their list, so they can market to them again and again and again and again.
Let's see. Lorna says, I don't have a car. It isn't that easy. Well, true, Lorna. If you can't get down to a main street that doesn't have a bunch of restaurants on there, it's not going to be that easy, obviously. Me living, having a car and living 15 minutes away from downtown, 20 minutes different downtown Boston, that's a different. But yes, you can hitch a ride, take a bike, take a cab, and spend the whole day down to a certain area with, marketing to all these people. Take a bus. There you go. One Potato California MVP is entered into the room, JQ.
One Potato California? Good to have him back. We miss him when he's not here. Oh, Keith, I forgot to mention to you yesterday, after after you logged off for the end of the show, there was a little bit of discussion here, and who was it? Can't think of who it was. But anyways, colors. Why don't you do some experimenting with the color? Change the background from the light blue that you've got. Change it to a light tan.
I will do that. I can't do this while we're live, but I will definitely.
Oh, no. What I'm suggesting though is try that for a day, get the opinion, and then try a different color.
Absolutely.
You know, and come. This light blue it's not bad, but I think it's overkill. That's my opinion, but I don't know. I'm lousy with colors, so you know. But give it a shot and see how it turns out. People, it might be more easy on the eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, you thinking a little bit darker shade? Is that what you're saying? Or
No,
more
just
faded shade.
You know, well, I don't know. Try it. As I say, a gray, a very light shade of brown or tan or whatever you want to.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody suggested hot pink, but I don't think that's too good a choice.
I was thinking that too, actually. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will play around with it a little bit because I agree. The reason why I'll tell you why I had it this color. I tried to match this color up with the banner advertisement of SMS Dominator at the top of the room that you and I can't see, JQ, but there's that banner when they go to live, and I tried to match the color up, but there are a lot of colors in that banner that I can use, and I don't think I really did a good job matching it up, so I will rematch, and I think that might be a good idea as well.
Yeah, I think the background color should be lighter.
Okay.
I mean, even blue might not be bad if you went a very, very light pale blue.
Okay.
But
it is a little screaming here, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad. Also, just a suggestion here: your email icon on the left. If you could change that up from time to it is big, but change it up from time to time.
Yeah, right. I can't change the size, but I will definitely rotate that around. That's something that we can do. Absolutely.
Yeah, get some good-looking girls on there or something. No?
Like a GIF.
Yes.
So they're moving around too, with Christmas hats on. How's that? Little Santa's outfit on. Little Santa Elves outfit.
Oh, the larger text for us seeing impaired. Yeah, that
right.
was. We had that option in the GVO room. I like to have the larger text in the chat so I can see it.
I will mention that to Rodney. I think that's a great idea. I did see that yesterday, so I will definitely mention that as a request to Rodney, because I'm sure that's something that's probably easy to implement.
Yeah. The email logo, as you see, that's a link to the uResponder. So don't click it, by the way. You'll leave the room. But that can be Keith can put anything in there, and like he said, the size is fixed. He can't control the size. The only thing that could possibly with that logo is he could shrink it up and just put it on a big background, a big square that so it would be a big black square with just a smaller email, the circle in the center of it, something like that. But that I don't know if that'd look as good as it does right now, frankly.
I just threw that up, JQ. To be honest, it was one of those things that it was a space, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to put in there? And I just threw up an image that I found.
Yeah.
It wasn't the thought process for that icon was not that big. The thought process, however, for the the name and the banner on the top, that's important to me. So, but I will we'll make some improvements, guys.
Get a caricature of the two of us,
That's something that we're working on as well. And I do see. And now I'm looking at the test, guys, and let me know on the top right hand side on my test page, because I am in here as Keith Tester. It does say recording on the top right hand side, so that will allow you guys to know that if I'm recording or not. And obviously, I am.
Okay, I don't see that. Of course, I'm in as a admin or whatever.
Yeah, and I've got two monitors running at the same time, JQ, for testing purposes.
Oh boy, two at once. Oh my God.
I know. I'm pretty cool like that. What can I say?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, I'll tell you, I was not very cool when the Christmas tree collapsed last night. nothing like a wake-up call at at 1:00 in the morning, just as you're kind of dozing off into Never Never Land. You know?
Yeah, that would give you a jolt. That would give you a
It
jolt.
totally did. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The thing that bothered me the most out of the whole story was my son. I could hear my son upstairs making some noises, and everything's all done. My wife went back to bed, and I stayed on the couch because this heater on, and I was afraid. These heaters that you plug in.
Sure.
I just don't like to be away from them. I get that fear.
Burn the house down.
Yeah, burn the house down. I think, I don't know how, they're pretty darn. So I was like, I'm going to stay on the couch for a little while, make sure everything's okay, because I don't want it to, what would happen if the tree fell down again and, whatever leaf went in against the heater or something. So I was all nervous. So I stayed on the couch, and my son comes down, I'd say he's like, hi,
Is
Dad.
he a young son or the older boy?
The older boy. He's like, hey, Dad. I'm like, hey. I'm like, did you hear that bang? He's like, yeah, I heard that bang. I was wondering what it was. I'm like, well, why didn't you come down and help out? It's almost, he's so funny because he will help me with anything. He will not complain, but he will never, ever, ever offer his help. What is that? What does that mean? What is that about a person? Okay, yep. Keith, I need your help in this. Okay, yep. Never, ever would he walk in the room, and if we're cleaning the house or doing something, would he offer, oh, you want me to, I'll do that, I'll finish that for you, or I'll do that for you. What is that, JQ? Is that just called a child? A smart.
We got something going on here. I missed something here. There you go. A great offer from Vince. Read the cartoon. Let's back up and see what Vince had to say. I missed that.
I'm a pretty good cartoonist. If you have an artist in mind, I had a little cartoon strip of my whole blog. That the cartoons were stripping? Is that what you're saying?
Carver, you got a warped mind. You have got
stripping cartoons by Vince.
Oh, dear.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
All right, we won't be recording anymore, but
now we get to the real X-rated stuff.
Yeah, now yeah.